Hi everybody, Cam, Operation Manager at Freeway. Today we're going to talk about weight restriction on your trucks. That's a very important topic, and a lot of you had a lot of questions to ask about that, so today we're going to talk about it. In order to know what I'm talking about, you can look in your driver book. You got a handlet addressing the weights. You got one page that is ABF loading guidelines. This page is done by ABF, and although it's pretty good, it doesn't tell what you're allowed to carry, because these numbers are very conservative, and sometimes we need to know the truth in order to know if we can put all that weight on our truck. Great, starting from there. I'm talking about the laws in Canada, and I'm going to talk about the laws in the US, which is kind of different. So what's going to decide how much weight we can carry is basically your equipment configuration. You can have pots with a single axle. You can have sets. You can have 53 tandem. You can have a straight truck single axle, straight truck double axle. There's all kind of equipment you can carry, you can have, and they're all calculated the same, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, general principle. You get your truck. And you got your trailer. Right? Okay. So starting from there, the first notion is about gross weight. What is the gross weight? Gross weight is truck, trailer, driver, fuel, and freight. So when you go on the scale and they scale you loaded, that's basically your gross weight. Then it's divided. We got some kind of weight that we call actual weight. You got the steering wheels, you got the drives, and you got the trailer. Okay, so you can get a ticket. That's what we call being actual here, by the way. You can get a ticket. Let's say the limit, the gross weight limit is 80,000 pounds. If you're over 80, you get a ticket, a gross weight ticket. Let's say that you're at 79,000 pounds. So you're not gross weight. You won't get a ticket because you're gross weight. But let's say in this example that you're at 11,000 pounds, 32,000 pounds, and 32,000 pounds. But let's say the law is allowing you to have only 30,000 pounds here. Then despite the fact you don't have a ticket because you're gross weight, since you do not respect the actual weight on the drive, you got a ticket. So there's two types of tickets, gross weight and actual weight. Okay, how are we gonna know how these things works? Well, on your driver book, you have a page that is called Vehicle Weight Limit in Ontario, which we're going to show you right now. Okay, you have all the type of equipment that Freeway can use is on that sheet. So it's called per axle. Let's take, for example, the first one, where you have a single axle truck with a tandem 48 or 53. Okay, you're allowed 72,000 pounds gross. Then 11,000 pounds on the steering, 22,000 pounds on the drive, and the rest, which is 39,600 pounds here. That's what the law is saying. Okay. Now, some of you are gonna say, well, we don't always have the same truck, and we have different truck in the company and everything. You're right. You're totally right. So what I did, I sent some truck to get scaled, to get their weight when bobtail and when they're not loaded, and etc. And I did a save average, that is on your sheet. Okay, by the way, this sheet, all the laws are coming from the Highway Traffic Act, and they're kind of what we call SPIF. And SPIF stands for Safe, Productive, and Infrastructure Friendly. So that's where in the Highway Traffic Act, you're gonna find everything I'm telling you about here. So, just as references, I know we're in a video when you got it in your driver book, but to give you some numbers, okay? If you got a tandem trailer, you can put 44,000 pounds, 44,200 pounds. If you got a single with a pop, okay, 32,000 pounds. Straight truck single for Jeff Jewett and refab, you can put 15,800 pounds. Straight truck tandem axle, 33,700, and a set, 46,000 pounds. So it's giving you an idea of what you can put in your equipment. Now, we have a different scenario. Let me erase the board. I'll be right back to you. Okay, we're back on weight. So what I was talking about is when you're using a POP or any ABF equipment with single axle, you cannot adjust the weight other than asking the shipper to move the skids. When you're hauling a tandem trailer, that's different. Why? Because they have a slider. What is a slider? You got your trailer here, you got a rail with some holes, and then your axle is coming here like this, and you got your wheels. Okay, here's the rules. 500 pounds per hole. What do I mean by that? How do we adjust the weight when we're axle with a tandem? First of all, you put the parking brake on the trailer. That's step one. Step number two, you're gonna unlock the slider. Okay. Number three, remove the truck. You remove the parking brake and move the truck. Then it's gonna snap. You're gonna hear the lock snapping for every hole. So you just move it and then you relock the whole thing. So basically, what does it mean? The more you bring the tires in the front, the more weight you put on the axle. The more you move it backward, the less weight there is on the axle. So if you feel that you overweight 1,000 pounds, then you just on the trailer axle, then you just move the slider and you're good to go. Okay. I know that for some freeway employees working for ABF, you're gonna say, well, we don't really need it, etc., because we're doing LTL. In some rare occasion, you might need it first. And then the line haul drivers, you don't have any, trailer are sealed, and it's pretty rare we're overweight. Long haul drivers, you have to address it. It's your job to know that stuff, and it's your job to check your gauges in your truck. You got gauges for the axle and everything. You know your gauges, you know your truck. If you see you're overweight, if you have any question, you call me and I'll help you adjust your weight. But it's not an excuse to be overweight actual. It's your job when you're picking up to check your bill of lading, check how heavy the freight is, and it's also your job to ensure the shipper is loading it properly. Okay, he can load it side by side. He can load it in a 1-2-1-2 configuration or 2-1-2-1 configuration. That's your stuff to ask the shipper. That's your stuff to make sure that your freight is okay in your truck. That being said, if you want more detail, you go in your driver book, look at the weight section. Remember that we talked to you about that before and that you have a tool that you can use. And last case scenario, you call me. Thanks. Have a good day.